Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. I am again here at the skeleton farm, which is currently turned off. As you can see, the lights are on. But I was thinking about the question of, am I going to try to improve this so I could get more drops and get into the XP mode and all that stuff? And I eventually decided I will do this. Actually, it doesn't have much to do with XP. In fact, if the XP section fails, I think I'm still to go with this because this particular farm, of course, when in XP mode, can produce things like, nothing in there right now, but it could produce things like armor and swords and stuff like that. You may be wondering, well, why do I care about that? I mean, I got plenty of that stuff. I got this stuff coming out of my ears because of the zombie farm and doing that stuff. Yes. But they just released a snapshot for 1.11.1, and in there you could melt armor and you can melt swords and stuff like that and turn them into raw materials. So therefore I could create iron nuggets and gold nuggets and get them that way. So in a way, the skeleton farm becomes a rather, well, it'll be a crude iron farm because I get a lot more, of course, out of the iron farm that uses the villagers and the like, because, let's face it, a sword is only going to produce 1 iron nugget, 9 iron nuggets equals 1 iron ingot, etc. So you can see it's not exactly a great exchange rate. But it'll be a supplementary source, and if I'm trying to get bones and bone meal anyway, well, might as well try to get these also. So that would be the plan. So therefore I need to get to work and trying to get these skeletons to survive long enough so that the wolves can kill them. What I did was to knock down the pedestal where they fall to before falling down by 1, and it looks like I've got a number of skeletons already down here and that they survived the fall. Let's see, nothing in there, so that implies that none died on the spot and they look like regular ones. Also looking at me, which implies that if I open up this trap door I'm going to see myself pounded upon. Yeah, they take a lot of damage, but they seem to survive. Alright, now let's bring in the dogs and see how that changes things. Let's see. Wakey, wakey. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, huh? I think well, that's, oh, well, I might not need 6 of them all at the same time, but we'll see how this works. Hello. Yeah. Oh! I was wondering where I could find a good spot to pick up experience orbs, and yeah, I can pick them up right here. So that's something to keep in mind. So I might make my AFK spot over here or something like that then. Because before I was having it over and needing a trap door and all that stuff. But if I can suck them from under there, that would be great. Oh yeah. Oops! Yeah. Well, that wasn't too bright. Yeah. Well, not one of my brighter ideas. Okay, I am going to obviously have to make that a little bit more piney proof. But, like, where is the... Ah, oh, down this way. Duh! Okay, so it looks like occasionally we get bones that fall right here. That's a problem. It's a little bit disconcerting, because that does make it a little bit more difficult to AFK here. But I do have 13 those arrows, bows. There's probably going to be the least useful thing that's going to be collected around here. But I do collect stuff, and I guess eventually more skeletons will fall. Yeah. And that the dogs will eventually chase it down and take care of it. Yeah, there we go. Well, they're a little bit indecisive. Okay, I think this is working a little bit better, but I am going to need a better room for all of this. And we should do by AFKing so that I could collect all those experience orbs. Make sure that there is no way that I'm going to be losing them through the... Well, we don't need a trapdoor there now, right? I could just put another hopper down there to do it all for that way. So that's an improvement. And of course, I will need a larger storage system in order to take care of things. Now, I do have to control where the dogs go, obviously, because if they're all sitting there, they're not going to be able to kill the skeletons. And so, I'm going to have a few things to fix in here, and then I will be back. I have made a few adjustments, and now I've got another hopper with a carpet over there, and that's feeding into a double chest here. That's just something I've built temporarily. And I moved this wall back up here, so here's that hole up to the top that I had before. And then I had the wolves coming in and out and all that stuff. Now, I have this door to close up this room because this is where I am now during my AFK sessions, and the orbs come in through here. The question is, are you going to do anything? They're nice skeletons this way, here. So here, see, the orbs come nice to me this way. Now, I had a 3.5-hour session. After the 3.5-hour session, I logged off. And in fact, I'm surprised that I still have some skeletons here. I would have thought they would have all disappeared during the night or something. But it seems like, I think that happened after about 3.5 hours, a skeleton came along that had the thorns or whatever that's called, and that they're giving some trouble to the wolves as a result. So that's a potential problem that we've got. Now what I have inside here, and you say this isn't much, just almost 2 stacks worth of bone and a stack and a half of arrows. What's going on there? Well, I actually created 3 tiers of this, and if this is working right... Oh yeah, that's full. That's almost one. Occasionally one gets stuck in here instead. I don't know why. It might be because things are backed up a little bit going into there. But here we go. You can see I have several stacks in there, so I filled up, say, 1.5 chests. I did that in 3 hours. So it sounds like to me that 1 regular chest per hour is about the rate things get filled in. So I have to keep that in mind if I do a long AFK session. Though with the way the skeletons are coming in here, I may have to refrain from long AFK sessions. But now let's see. I think that... Oh, I need arrows. Ha 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 ha. Well, see, I think that skeleton's one with thorns in it. No, but I'm wrong with that because I'm still hearing that wolf whimpering. So I don't know who's causing one. I might bring in a window here or something like that in order to help me to see what's going on. That's another matter. Now, one of the things I'd like to do now is do a little other repairs in here. Since that's my feasibility study, a 3.5-hour run with that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... okay, no skeletons got stuck there. That's good to see. So I still need to fix that interior. So that removing that glass there and making sure that no skeletons. I don't know if I could drop it down a level or not, because that can be tricky if I did something like that. But at least then that way these skeletons could go under the spawner instead of doing what I'm doing right now. Alright, here we go. And yeah. But see, we do have an occasional skeleton that's getting through there, and see if I can hit that one. I try to see if I could hit the skeleton without hurting a dog. Okay, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this all finish out, and then I will be back after I take care of what's in the main room. All of my wolves managed to survive this little ordeal, but it looks like they took a little damage over the night. Alright, so that tells you how everything is now. That they survived, they took a little damage, they didn't manage to kill everyone. Somehow the population got up a little bit faster than they were able to kill them, so therefore a few kinks to work out. Now, what about that interior I wanted to work on? The bit with the glass had messed things up, so I took out the water, redid the floor from scratch, and then cut out the floor. I replaced the bone blocks on the floor with diorite. I think that's more fitting for this situation. And then we're going in here. So I essentially made the floor back to the original design, but just left out the extra block that was under there. And it turns out that the point where the water gets back in shape is just before it hits there. So therefore, there was never anything to worry about the skeletons hitting into there. And it was sort of a useless precaution where I put a block there in the first place, because that's just perfect for what I need to do. So that was myself making things harder for me than they needed to be. And then I added a little bit of glass here so I could see into here if I was wondering what was going on. So that concludes our little thing here. I will do a little test run with an AFK session to see if things are all working well on it. And if they do, then that project is done. I am coming down to the end of a 2-hour AFK session with it. And for the most part, things were going reasonably well, but now it looks like we're now getting too many in there, so either something happened to the dogs. I guess that's a possibility, is maybe the dogs got killed. I don't know, but it certainly looks like it is not a good time had there, so I think it's time to turn off this thing before things get overcrowded in there. Hey, your buddies might need some help. And, yeah. Into there. Hopefully not too much goes wrong in there. But I'm going to turn this on to turn off the spawner. and see what I got during those 2 hours. It looked like for an hour and a half at least things were going reasonably well, but oh, actually I better pick up the bow since this experience I'm using for repairs, and let's see, guess I could repair my shovel for a moment. Okay, the shovel's already repaired, alright, and that means the... Okay, everything's repaired! Okay, that's good to see, and... Yeah, when I did that, they managed to clear it out. Alright. But that should take care of that. I am going to have to feed a couple of these dogs because they look like they're getting hungry after all of that. Shouldn't be surprising. See whose tails are down the worst. Alright, anybody else? Actually, come on this way. This way. Yeah, alright. I'm trying to look at your tails to see who needs it the most. Oh, well, I think this... Alright, good. Okay, I think we've... Things are reasonably well. That's the problem, is it costs quite a bit in food in order to handle this operation. But let's see what we got here. Okay, up on top we got some bones here, and of course let's now go check downstairs and see. Almost filled. Okay, in 2 hours, almost filled up a chest, or almost filled up a double chest. Now. Next annoying thing I've got, of course, is yes. Is this bit with the zombie sounds I am hearing all over the place. So I'm going to have to go and take care of these zombies because I'm sure they're hoping to mess up with spawn rates and the like. Though, now I think of it, spawn rates are probably not the biggest trouble I'm having with this at the moment. I have found the room where all these, well, maybe not all of them, but at least where some of these sounds are coming from. So let us deal with these and see if I can get this room lit up because they are making quite a ruckus down here. I mean, I hope this is it. Also, you get occasional skeletons here. Now, whether these skeletons are from the farm, because we're pretty close to the spawner. So it is possible that some of these are being brought in that way. Hey! You wait until I am, of course, busy changing weapons, then you come in after me. Yeah, I know, you're tricky fellows, aren't you? Alright, now. Whew. Alright, now let's see what this does. Now. Yeah, it's possible that this could be close to these, close enough to skeleton farm. Well, we do have this down here. Alright, well, I'll take care of the lighting issue at least. Make this area well lit up. Hopefully the next time I run something I won't have to worry about constantly hearing zombie groans and the like when I'm around here. Alright, that's... Oh, let's see. Food! Ah, good. Whee! Now, where was I? Wanting to get this place lit up. That's where I was. Oh, creeper! hiding behind a shield of bats. How creepy can you get? Well named. All right, now, well, I definitely want that gunpowder. Let's see. Anything here I can sacrifice? What's the thing? I really should. What's the least useful thing? Probably the spider eyes. I really don't have much of use of the spider eyes at the moment. Certainly have a lot more of them than I've going to be using anytime. Just one iron block. Oh, duh! Get rid of that bow. Oh, stupid. All right. Well, I'll be back. Well, that should quiet things out a bit. And I think this is now done. I am going to have to do the relatively short sessions, I think, with this because those skeletons do like to accumulate sometimes. But I think about a 2-hour session and with semi-AFK, meaning occasionally coming in to swap out equipment so I can get things repaired, which is the main thing I want the experience for anyway. So I think it'll be a decent farm. Oh, yes, it will be a decent farm. But I think it is time for us to head out to New Welsington, where we're going to see what we're doing for the holidays. And today we will leave off taking a look at the holiday tree that has been built at our community. We are back here in town. I'm standing on my lighthouse at the moment, and you can see the sun setting in the background and the holiday lights coming on. And the community did a really good job in building this. Unfortunately, I wasn't available at the time, but it looks like a really nice tree for this holiday season. And with that, I'll leave you for today. And this is Pineleaf Noodles reminding you to build responsibly.